Which I got.
What's it like having Frank Clark coming back to rejoin you guys?
It's going to be great. Familiar face, someone that is very good at sacking the quarterback. He's had a hell of a career, so it's cool to get him back.
What do you remember him as your first stint?
Just how passionate he was about the game, the energy that he played with, the game. At that time he was growing a lot as a person, and just seeing the growth that he had over the years is just special. And then just watching it from afar, when he was with KC and things of that nature, it's just been really cool to follow his career and follow, all the things that he's been able to accomplish.
He's another example, your example. There have been others of guys who leave here. Sometimes it's under not great circumstances, yet they come back. What is it about the environment or Coach Carroll that brings guys back?
I think it's the culture. I definitely feel like it's the culture, just the energy that you bring. I mean, a lot of times, like when I was first coming into the league and was around for a while, and we start adding guys from different teams, they will always say, like, this was a special place and this is not like anywhere else. And, at the time, like, I didn't have that experience. I didn't know anything else but what I was experiencing. So I think a lot of it is that you go to other places, you realize how special this place is, and, you hope to not burn a bridge. So if an opportunity presents itself, you're able to come back.
And what makes that special, do you think? What makes that special, or what's the most special part of it, do you think?
It's definitely the people. People and environment, obviously Pete. I would say that's the biggest thing.
What are you guys going to miss with Uchenna out?
A lot, man. His leadership, his play. I mean, he's such an amazing player. It's very unfortunate what happened, but he's real stout in the run game, equally as good in the pass game, extremely smart, a leader, just all around just a good person, fun guy to play with. And so it's going to be, tough to have him out, but I know he's going to work hard and try to get back.
This defensive run you guys have been on the last 3 games, I guess, how sustainable do you think this can be? I mean, do you see areas of improvement still for you guys, or do you feel like it's...
Yeah, I think it is sustainable. I think, there's a lot of things that we could still do better. Even in this last game, we let some of the runs get out on us. That's stuff that we could fix. It wasn't anything that they did per se. It was plays that we could have made to eliminate that. So it's also a reminder that, we got to stay on our things, do our things right, or things like that can happen. So there's still so much I feel we can improve on, and I feel like we got the guys to do it.
Bobby, was it encouraging? Uchenna didn't play the entire second half last week. For the defense to still play as well as it did through the second half of last week's game, is that encouraging for you guys to know that you can keep rolling?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely respect our depth. We respect the guys that, we have coming in. Obviously, it's always been a next man up mentality, no matter who the person is. But it's going to be hard to, fill Chenna's shoes. I think we got guys that, will play well, but Chenna is such a special player, and I don't want to overlook his impact to our team.
With Deshaun Watson out, what have you seen on tape from Clark up there, back up there?
I think he does a good job of getting the balls to his key players. If you watch that 49ers game, he was, I think, one of the reasons why they won that game was his decision-making, the ability to use his feet, things of that nature. So he's a guy that, you have to respect. And, the more reps he gets, the more time he plays, you can just see him getting better and better and growing. And so we have to make sure that kind of stops with us, but then can continue after we stop playing him.
How important is speed to your defense? And I say that just because...
How important is what?
Speed.
Speed, okay.
Yeah. Just because when you guys are blitzing, you're in your natural position. You're not even having your tip. And I figure I'm attributing that because of the speed of the players. How important is that in the disguise?
I think it plays a part, but I think, if you're playing a smart quarterback, they'll be able to tell. A lot of it is just trying to disguise and manipulate how they slide the front. If you can do that, manipulate how the center calls the slide, and maybe you can slide away from the blitz or things of that nature. I think speed allows you to do that, but also the disguises that defenses are able to do. I think that messes up more than just the speed, in my opinion, because sometimes if you're in a slot and you're blitzing and you're way over there, like if it's a quick throw, you're never going to make it. But, if you're able to manipulate the throw or manipulate, the check, I think you can get there faster. And the speed doesn't really matter.
So does communication play a critical part in how you're disguising them?
For sure, it all of it's hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like, if I'm blitzing, I need maybe Jordan, the safeties, whatever, to show some. Vice versa, if they're blitzing, I got to do it. And then it's, the back end too. Like the back end got to show a different look because quarterbacks come out and they read certain back ends, and whether it's too high, single high, and they'll check a play, and they might check it away from the blitz, and then then you don't get nothing out of it. So I think all of it just works together.
How good was Jordan's second half last week?
Jordan was great. I mean, I think he was a little bit frustrated in the first half with how it went, but he was able to lock in and make some really, really key plays. And you just saw the emotion. Like every time he made a play, it's just more and more emotion, and he's doing a really good job.
Did you talk to him at halftime at all about that?
We kind of all had a conversation with him, so, but it was him. It's all him.
Have you seen much of that emotion out of him? He's normally seems kind of like a low-key guy.
No, you see it. You see it from time to time, and I think there's, obviously, naturally as a player, period, is like when you make a good play, you're gonna have emotions. Whether he gets a sack or things of that nature, like you have emotion. I think that's what was happening last game. He was making some really good critical plays and key moments, and I think it just brought out that energy.
Last week when we talked to you, it was about bouncing back from that tough loss to Cincinnati. You did that. How can you take that, what you were able to do this past weekend, and carry it forward into this game and beyond?
I think it's equally as important to bounce back from a win and a loss, because sometimes you can get too high off a win and you bleed that into the next game, and then you don't prepare as well or you don't play as well. So all of these games are important. Every last one of them are important because it gets you ready for the next game, and ultimately those games turn into championship games. And so you try to find something to get better at every single game, and you hope you perform at your best when the time's right.
Playing off each other that year?
Definitely, I feel like their relationship, I think both of them had like 10 sacks or something, right? So I definitely feel like the relationship, obviously off the field, but then on the field, the camaraderie, the way they were able to work together with some of the stunts they were running together, I definitely feel like that played a part in their success.
With Witherspoon, how impressed have you been with the physicality? I mean, physicality of his play, the way he's hitting guys at his size.
It's been impressive. I mean, I watched the play that he had. I forgot who he was playing, where he kind of came off the side and hit somebody. But you come in, everybody says, like, you wonder if that's going to translate into the next level, and you see it translating into the next level. He's not afraid to make tackles. He's not afraid to put his body in there. And this is just the beginning. I still feel like he's still learning, still growing, and so I think those hits are going to be probably more violent and happen more often once he starts to figure everything out.
Have you seen many other cornerbacks his size play with that kind of physicality?
Not too many, to be honest. And just, he likes to hit. And he likes to make tackles. He likes to make plays. Like, he thrives on that. And so, I don't really know who to compare himself to besides himself. But it's really cool to be around him, be around his energy. I think he's similar to Jamal, just very contagious, positive energy. And so when he makes that play, it ignites the whole crowd.
It seems like he's got a sense for the game that might be pretty advanced for a rookie. Is that something you guys see click, and does that stand out to you as well with him?
I definitely feel like he's a lot further, but I think a lot of it is just care. Like, I think he cares a lot. He wants to do the right things, and he asks questions. I think a lot of times when you come in so young, you're so afraid to ask questions because you don't want to sound dumb or you want to do this. He's not afraid. He asks all the questions, and it helps him understand and catch on things faster than most players because he's not afraid of anything.
Our guys comparing their special cleats this week. He's got the best ones for the throwbacks.
I don't even think it's kind of like everybody fights for a second. It's like there's already a number one. We don't have to say his name. I think his number is in between 55 and 53. And so it's whoever after that, it's second place. But I'm pretty sure, those guys will have some interesting cleats or something like that. DK probably has something bedazzled or I don't know.
What are you gonna have?
Hmm?
What are you gonna have?
Jordans. You can't beat Jordans. No, you can't. He knows that. You can't beat Jordans.
Did you have to get them specially designed, or did you just ask for a specific colorway, or what?
You just tell them to match the jersey, and it's pretty simple. You got Jordans. I don't got to bedazzle anything or do anything crazy like that. Add jewelry. I'm not saying it because somebody's in the room or not.
Did you say bedazzled?
I did say bedazzled. I'm not saying. I'm not saying he's going to do that, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Thank you. Thanks, Bob.
Okay.